Hi, everyone. My name is Dustin Miles. I'm with Momentum Multifamily. I'm excited to have Naeem here today and love to just kind of dive more into that. Naeem, if you want to kind of introduce yourself and then we can dive into your story.
Sure. My name is Naeem. I'm an immigrant. I've been here in the US for almost 14 years. I'm 6'6" tall. I used to work at Apple as a design engineer back in 2014, 15. And then I was kind of inspired by Steve Jobs and a lot of my actually senior colleagues in the power system group at Apple. We're talking about entrepreneurship, how they want to start their own company after they retire from Apple. Some of them were saying that they
Okay.
are waiting for their kids to go to college and then they start their own company. So at the time I was young, I was like, maybe I should start now. And then, so I had no
Yeah.
idea how to start a company, how to run a business, what it takes, how to start a startup, all these things. But after Apple, I did not apply for any company full time. I started first idea that I had, I started a company. I tried to build a website. I tried to register the company. I tried to find a co-working space to work on it, try
Okay.
to learn, educate myself, all these things. And then, yeah, it went on for almost 10 years now. Now I am in
Wow.
real estate. I own a property management company in San Francisco Bay Area. I also invest in multifamily, large apartment buildings in emerging markets. Yeah, happy to help you
Yeah.
guys.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. And real quick, I'd like to just kind of so you went to K-State and you
Yes,
went to A&M and you
yes,
played and you so you're 6'6", you played volleyball, student
yep,
athlete. So how
yep.
do you enjoy that? Did you play volleyball growing up and then you were good enough to
Yeah,
kind
actually, yeah. So my parents are tall, but they are
of
not
Okay.
like 6'6" or even 6'2". So my father, I think he is like 5'11". My
Okay.
mom is, I guess, or she was 5'8" or 5'9". Now they both kind of shrunk a little bit because of
Yeah.
aging, all these things. But yeah, growing up, played volleyball a little bit, but back in college, I'm from Iran. My graduate degree in Iran, I joined my college volleyball team. Again, didn't know how to play volleyball, no idea.
Oh, wow.
But I started going to all those practices almost every day, and then it just worked out. I'm not perfect. I was not perfect, but I
Yeah.
think I improved enough that I made it to I guess, our college team over there.
Wow.
And then I
Wow.
came to the US, and then when I joined Kansas State University, I was looking around the volleyball club. I found the
Uh-huh.
volleyball club again, didn't know anyone. I had no clue if they were going to accept me or not. Didn't know if I even deserve to join their team or not.
Yeah.
No idea. But anyway, they said that, yeah, this is the club. You can come. I think it was like twice a week practice from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., something like that, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
wow. Okay.
And then at the time I was living off campus, I didn't even have a car. I had to drive. It was like a 15 minutes drive, I think, in Manhattan, Kansas. Yeah. My roommates were nice enough to give me their car. So
Oh,
I
okay.
drove their car to I guess campus when we had to practice. And I was the only one who never failed to show up on practice. I was the only one who was consistent every time, show up on
Wow.
time, leave on
Wow.
time.
Okay.
I think I made it. I made it to the last six players to the team. So I joined Kansas State volleyball team. We played against Nebraska, Iowa, and
Wow.
then I think Oklahoma. There was another team too. Yeah, we played.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Wow.
then I transferred to Texas A&M. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And I've never been to Manhattan, Kansas, but that and College Station are pretty similar, I think.
Very similar. Yeah,
Okay.
College Town. Yeah,
Okay.
Little Apple. Manhattan, Kansas is Little
Right.
Apple.
Right.
That Manhattan,
Right.
New York is Big Apple. That's what they say. Great
Yeah.
people. I love those people. You just walk on the street, they say hi to you, very friendly.
Oh, cool.
I think they can make great friends. Yeah, I love them
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And so I guess and I don't know if I don't think I told you, or maybe I did, but I lived in College Station for a few years. But I went to UT Austin, and then my first job was in College Station, and
Oh
so
wow.
I was I got out of college, and I didn't have any money, so all of my shirts were UT this and UT that, and as you know, that doesn't go over
Wrong
very
place.
well
Wrong place
in
to
College
wear
Station.
UT
So
shirt. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then
I can see from the background of your, I guess,
oh
room that Longhorn. It says a
yeah.
lot about you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Respect.
yeah.
Yeah, respect.
And you were at A&M, and then from there, is that where you moved to San Francisco, or were there some moves in between,
Yeah,
or?
at A&M, I got a full-time job in Andover, Massachusetts. So I moved
Oh, okay.
Massachusetts
Oh, wow.
for, I guess, 6 months. I lived in Lowell, Massachusetts, and also Somerville, Massachusetts. And then I came back to Texas A&M to
Hmm.
continue my education. And then I got an internship at Apple. So I moved again to Cupertino, California. I
Oh,
was
wow.
there for my internship, and then I came back to Texas A&M, yes. And then after that, yeah, I moved California. I think it
Okay.
started in San Jose and then Sunnyvale,
Okay.
Palo Alto, Menlo Park. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I moved from College Station to San Francisco as well. I
Wow.
lived in San Mateo, and I worked at Lockheed Martin in Sunnyvale. So
Wow, very
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So I would did the 101 drive. So which
Very
is
similar. I actually drove from when I moved from Texas to California. I drove from College Station directly to San Jose, 3 days. I think I could make it like 2 days, be like 12 hours driving, but I
yep.
made it like 8 hours a day, 3 days. Yeah. Went
Wow.
through Arizona, Cactus, took a picture. Yeah.
Cool. And so, at what point did you start your management company?
Property management company.
Yes.
Yeah, 2018, I started a
Okay.
co-living company in San Francisco. I had a studio in corner of Larkin and Post that I rented for myself. And then, as you know, San Francisco is very expensive, is, I
Mm.
guess, the most expensive town probably in the world, to be safe, top three. So
Yeah.
people appreciate lower cost of living, right? The way that you
Hmm.
do that by sharing room, by offering them smaller space. I was talking to someone in my real estate investor meetup 2 weeks ago in San Francisco. She was doing that too. She was actually local. She was born here in California, but she was
Oh,
doing
wow.
all these Japanese style small room that I guess entrepreneur appreciate, students appreciate, and a lot of low income people appreciate. So I was doing that in 2018. I gave her a lot of advice. It's hard. It's very,
Yeah.
very, very hard,
Yeah. I bet.
especially with the law, with the eviction law, with tenants
Mm.
law. Protect tenants are highly protected in San Francisco Bay Area, so
Right.
there is
Right.
no way
Right.
you can evict them. Yeah, you
Yeah.
end up paying them actually, but anyway.
Wow.
uh,
Wow.
so yeah, I started a co-living company, no idea of what the law says. In my head, I'm gonna turn commercial, like a parking spaces that no one uses them, into a small residential spaces, which was completely against law. At the time, I didn't know that. And then over time, I learned about law, and then, oh, okay, you have these 2+1 law. You have like for each one room, you can have maximum two people if it's
Mhm.
70 square feet. For each
Okay.
additional 50 square feet, you can put another person,
Oh,
living
wow.
room one person. So in my head, in my engineering head, let's max out the number of people that
Yeah.
can live in an apartment by law, by fire code. Why not?
Yeah.
So let's do that. I did that in one bedroom apartment in Berkeley that I became a master tenant. So I was paying directly the rent to the owner. Owner was a tech guy. He didn't care how I was making money. He was like, do whatever
Right.
you want, just pay me
Yeah.
my rent. Great, let's do that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I put three people in it, and then I was making money. And then over time, I learned the real world challenge, right? Some of these tenants, I hate to say that, but that's just true. They are low income. Some of them have mental problems. Some of them have addiction problem. At the time, I didn't
Right.
even know how to screen them correctly, right?
Mm.
And then so having these tenants on, and then they started showing this behavior, and then how you tackle with that. I was living in San Francisco, the property was in Berkeley, and then I had to drive back and forth multiple times
Wow.
to kind of handle that. And then I kind of grew that portfolio from one property, bootstrap it to 50 properties. All of a sudden now I
Wow.
have 50 properties. I had
Wow.
employees, I had accountant, I had all these leasing agent, I have property manager, and now hiring. Like, how do you hire? Another
Right.
challenge. I didn't know how to hire. It was just my engineering mind. So
Yeah.
learned a lot, and then had an owner who had like 28 properties. He took, I think he got old, like 90 years old, and then his nephew took over as heir. And then the nephew didn't want to run this co-living business, and then they want to sell the businesses. So we had to kind of give these properties back, and then a lot of issues with their lawyers. And
Oh,
then
wow.
that was the point that I learned that, okay, maybe I should have a mentor. Maybe I should stop
Yeah.
reinventing all these wheels that someone else probably figured that out some point.
Right.
And then maybe I should kind of give a break to my engineering mind. Let me ask some questions. Let me have some mentors. So I got a
Wow.
mentor, and then he said that, yeah, probably you don't want to have a co-living company. You should have a property management company. It worked for many centuries, and probably it's going to work. And he was right. He was
Right.
right. So in January 2023, I switched from co-living to property management company, and
Okay.
then I kind of moved some of the good properties from co-living to the property
Mhm.
management company. I still manage them, and then I learned about marketing, Google page reviews, how to basically sales a little bit. As an engineer, very different from sales background. I had to learn sales skills. I'm
Yep.
still learning it. There is a lot to it. The more I learn, the more I'm like, oh my god, this is just a whole new world, and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy the challenge. I'm learning, and then yeah, so I started adding more and more properties into
Wow.
my property management company. I learned. I had a one-to-one session with my mentors many times. I learned the ins and outs, how to make the money. It's important. You have to make money. I
Wow.
mean, we hate to say that, but you have to have money. You
Yeah.
have to have profit. You
Yeah.
have to have money if you want to do things. You want to
Yeah.
do great things. You have to have money. So yeah, and then still I'm learning, even in my capital raising, I guess, business for apartment building, which is a sales technique. I'm learning a lot. I'm applying a lot of those skills to my property management company. How to fire your own client, right? I hate to say
Yep.
that, but
Yep.
sometimes you have to fire your own
Yeah.
client, and I deal with that every day. How do you deal with rejection when you have churn, when a client terminate your contract after 1 year, and then you invested so much time and energy on them? How do you kind of recover? How do you get back on
Right.
your feet?
Right.
How Yeah, it's a lot of mindset. It's a lot of mental skills that I'm still learning. I would say I'm, to be humble, at the beginning, but I think
Yeah.
I love to learn, enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I think, one kind of takeaway for me at least is the fact that, one, you're obviously not afraid to just, try things. Whether they're perfect or whatever, but you learn from those things and then you iterate and you get better and better and better and better. And then, like you said, you started out co-living. Now that, ran its course, it sounds like, and now you pivoted. And I think there's a few things there. So one, you're not afraid to do stuff, but then two, you're humble enough to realize, hey, this is maybe not working, or maybe it is working, but I can make it better. But you're not afraid to to kind of pivot and as needed. So So kudos to you for because a lot of people talk about these things, talk about having a property management company, talk about having rentals, and they never do any of it. So kudos to you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. I guess
Um,
I was young at the time. I didn't really know
yeah, yeah.
what it comes with taking those risks. Now I know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I don't know. I've never rented an apartment in the Bay Area, but just given like you mentioned the tenant laws and all that, you're probably cutting your teeth and one of I don't know if it's the toughest market in the country, but at least I would probably argue one of the tougher markets in the country. So that's only going to make you better. So.
Yeah, San Francisco, I guess because of these laws, a lot of large institutions, they kind of moved out of San Francisco. They don't
Mm.
buy properties here anymore. We have more like a smaller owner, like someone from tech who purchased like two, three properties. That's all they
Yep.
have. It's very hard to run into large institutions like what we have in Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, here in San
Right.
Francisco. Yeah, they are just leaving. Yeah, which
Right.
is
For
sad.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess kind of, switching gears a little bit and focusing more on your capital raising and all that. Have you how's that going? Did you get into a coaching program? Like I think you said you have kind of an investing club in the Bay Area. What does all that look like for you?
Yeah, for the raising business, I do have a coach. I learned my lesson from my co-living company. The first thing that I did, I have a coach. To be honest with you, my first coach was kind of the general coach, not for the capital raising, but
Hmm.
general multifamily. It was about
Yeah.
underwriting, capital raising, deal sourcing, broker
Okay.
relationship, asset
Yep.
management, all these things. And then I was like, okay, I want to focus on capital raising because it's sales. It's the opposite of
Yeah.
my skills that I had. I like challenge. I really want to learn it. And then I hired, like in my head, top-notch coach just for capital raising. So right now, I have a coach just for capital raising that I've been
Okay.
working with almost 8 months, and there are 4 months to go. And I am thinking about I have to have a coach. So here is the funny part. My own coach, who has been in sales for 20 years and in capital raising for almost over a decade, she has a coach too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So
Well, it's good. Everybody's a student. So
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm gonna continue that. I'm not gonna go this route alone. That's my plan. Even after her, I'm gonna either continue with her or have someone else. It's too risky. The downside is I think it's huge not to have coach, and then so I'm gonna have a coach. But yeah, the how it goes, I'm just doing my homework based on what she assigned. I think I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm one
Yeah.
of her top hardworking students that are trying to keep up with all her
Yeah.
training. There are a lot to do. There are a lot to do. It's
Okay.
just amazing. Like you are engineer, you in your head, like, okay, engineering, you there is a lot to that. And then you
Yeah.
get into real estate. Oh my God, it's just a lot to that. And then you multifamily, oh my God, a lot to that. Just the capital raising itself, it has a
Yeah.
lot of things, and then never ends. The more you learn, the more you know how much you actually don't know. And then, yeah, so yeah, I'm doing her. I go outside, I go to event. Actually, later today,
Oh,
I'm
cool.
hosting my own real estate investor meetup in
Oh,
San
great.
Francisco. I'm gonna actually speak. So we have a bunch of people who are going to show up, and then I have planned to kind of expand that, have more speakers, and then yeah, I go other events, I talk to people, I send them weekly educational emails, and then I talk to them, and then I talk to also operators. When I run into a good deal, I'm going to present it to my investor club. I'm active on LinkedIn almost every day, posting something. Yeah, so I
Awesome.
kind of try to engage with them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to hear, and I think I talk to a lot of people that are kind of in similar shoes to you. Honestly, they've have been really successful in their in kind of their career, whatever that might be, engineering, healthcare, sales, whatnot. But they are kind of they're at the they haven't raised or maybe they've done one or two, and so they're kind of at the beginning of their journey. But I talked to a lot of people that kind of they're wanting to get started and they're kind of doing some stuff, but I think it's good for them to see people like you that you haven't raised, but you're taking a lot of action and you're learning a lot along the way, and just similar to your co-living that side. I mean, you went into it and you learned, and you only learned you wouldn't have learned all those things if you just sat on the sidelines and never did anything. You learned because you got into it, and then you had one rental and then multiple rentals, then up to 50, and you learned each step of the way, and it's because you took action. You have never learned any of that by reading a book or maybe watching a YouTube video. But so yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
it, what for do you have kind of some goals or the outlook for this year for you?
Yeah, I think you mentioned a good point, right? You said that you take action, although you didn't raise capital, but you take action.
Yeah.
That's what my mindset be.
Hmm.
I'm trying to control or focus on things that I have control over, right? I
Hmm.
have control over my own action, what I do, how I feel, how I respond, what the things that I do. So I'm gonna max out on those things, right? I'm gonna do
Yep.
things, I'm gonna go out there or do everything that I can do. But what the response is, how the market is behaving, or how other people respond, it's out of my control, right? I
Absolutely.
don't
Yep.
have control, so I try to not to let those results or those feedback or behavior affect me. I mean, feedback is great, but I think with the
Hmm.
coach that I have, I think I'm good. So I'm just trying to focus on things that I can do. And
Right.
then my goal for this year has always been is to max out. I'm
Right.
limited but 24 hours a day.
Yep.
I have to spend some hours to sleep, some hours, I guess, to eat, and then the rest, I'm trying to max it out and then go out there, whatever I need to do, I need to do. If I get $10 million this year, great. If I get $0, great. As long as I'm maxed out, I do everything that I can in my power, I'm happy. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, I think it's great mindset. I mean, it applies just to fitness or sports. I mean, or volleyball. You can put in the effort. You show up to all the practices, and sometimes honestly, the other team's just flat out better.
Yeah.
So, and that's just kind of life, and kind of how it is. But you showed up and you put in the effort, and yeah, I'm kind of I'm similar to you. It sounds like, but I play. Still, fortunately, still play soccer today, but I've played soccer my whole life, and so my whole mentality is because I honestly, I mean, I'm my birthday's later this week, so I'm about to be
Happy birthday.
47. Thank you.
Very
Um,
cool.
and
You
so,
look like 37.
thank you. Maybe it's the soccer. So, um, but anyways, I've had a lot of friends that I've played with, and they've gotten injured, and they don't play again because they've been injured. And so I kind of my mindset is not that I don't focus on injury or anything like that, but I focus on like I don't know when my last game is,
Yeah.
and hopefully I can play for a long time. But like honestly, I mean, I have maybe some control over that, but sometimes if someone just trucks into me, then I don't. So
Yeah.
so anyways, but that's how I play. it's indoor soccer, so I run around as hard as I can, and then I sub out until I can't breathe, and then I go back in. And so, but anyways, to your
Yeah,
point, the only thing I can control is my effort, and and just kind of my attitude. And so I'm going as high level as I can
yeah,
on that day. And and then let the cards fall where they may. So
yeah. Great point. I
yeah,
100% agree. Yeah, you don't have control on other people, but you have your own behavior. So yeah.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Any I guess for any folks looking, honestly, I talked to a lot of people that are wanting to get started or kind of at the beginning of their journey.
Mhm.
Any kind of any tips or things that you think have been helpful for you in your journey?
To start their own company or start a startup or get into
I'm
multifamily or capital raising, which one?
Yeah, more on the capital raising side. Yep.
Okay. I mean, depends. Like if they have a lot of energy, go on your own, read books, watch
Yep.
podcasts. You're gonna get injured a lot, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
one rejection is gonna put you down possibly for 6 months in your bed, right?
Yep.
If you wanna go through that, go all alone. And if you are young, you have energy, go for it. You're going to learn a lot from it. And if you are persistent, you're going to stand up again and get hurt again. It's going to be a long process. Yeah, go for it. No problem. But if you really want to save time and you really want to save some energy, invest in someone, not anyone. There are a lot of capital raising coach over there. It's like marriage.
Yeah.
So you have to spend a lot of time, a lot of time. I would say a lot of time. So first, hire someone. Second, spend a lot of time, especially talk to people who are in this business, who have been in this business for 10 years and plus. Ask them, who do you recommend for a capital raising coach? And
Yep.
then just add them up, write a list. This guy mentioned this person, that guy mentioned that person, and then analyze it, right? If that person has been recommended by 20 people, 10 people, and all those 10 people
Mm.
are good people, are well known, trustworthy in that industry, probably that coach is the right person, right? And
Yep.
then number three, I used to care about how much they charge, but now I don't care.
Hmm.
If you care, it should be your priority number three, how much they charge. But for me, I don't care anymore. As long as I can pay, it's worth it. If the ROI is huge, I would pay. I don't
Yep.
care. That's why, I mean, doesn't matter I mean, there are some capital raiser who have financial advisor background. They come from financial advisor. They come
Mm.
from sales background. Good for you. You have a lot of advantage. You already been in sales, you know a lot, but
Right.
it's different. Again, capital raising is different. You are going to be limited by how much money you can raise. But yeah, do the right thing. Find the right coach. There is no cap. There is no ceiling. It's the sky. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Well, how do people get in touch with you? How do people reach out to you to learn more, to potentially invest or partner up on a deal with you?
Yeah, happy to. So my name is, I think, on your screen, Naeem Farokhnia. It's hard to say it, pronounce it, but you can just copy paste and Google it. If you go to my LinkedIn, I'm happy to receive your connection request. Send me a connection request. I'm going to accept it. And then I send a weekly educational email to my investors. Um, when you connect me on LinkedIn, send me a message saying that add me to your weekly educational email and send me your email. I'm going to add you, and I'm happy to have a one-on-one call with you over Zoom. If you are in San Francisco Bay Area, happy to meet you in person. But other than that, happy to have a Zoom call with you to see if it's a good fit, right? We are looking for certain people for our investor club, and I'm sure you are looking for a certain type of investment for your own money. If there is a no from either side, it's all good. We are gonna stay friends. But
Yep.
if it's a yes from both sides, we are gonna do amazing things together.
Awesome. Well, sounds great. Well, I really appreciate your time today, and I'll let you know the next time I'm in the Bay Area. So,
For sure. It was great
yeah.
meeting you. Take care.
Yeah, all right. See ya. Thank
See you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.